So while we wait for the Volume 7 soundtrack to eventually drop in July, it did drop in July. No, it dropped in June last year. We still don't have Volume 7 soundtrack. Would be nice to get it real soon, but until then, we did get a little tidbit of Volume 8 news that's been coming in drips and drabs, since obviously RTX is not happening this year. We're probably not going to get a whole lot until the start of September when they do a virtual one.
Yep.
But there was one very interesting piece of information that I kind of want to talk about when they were discussing a little bit of Volume 8. One thing we do know is that Weiss's lines are all recorded, apparently. I imagine that the rest of them aren't far off. We know that Volume 9 is currently being written. Like, they're very, very ahead of themselves.
Yeah.
But the main bit of information, which had everyone going a little bit feral, which Miles himself said, because he was like, I don't know how important this bit of information is, but that Volume 8 takes place across around 48 hours. So 2 days. So, and it's also longer. It's longer than last volume. Mm-hmm. But it's only across 2 days.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know how important that is. And everyone's like, oh no.
That means everything happens in 2 days.
So, for me, that's scary because, well, a normal season length for RWBY is between 12 and 14 episodes. If it's slightly longer, we still don't know how many episodes it's going to be, but say it's 15 episodes.
Yeah.
Across 2 days means that it's going to be like an episode of 24, basically, where like everything happens in one episode and then the next episode just continues exactly where the last episode finished.
Yeah, it's just going to be continuous.
Yeah, which is good, I think is a good thing, because it means that they're going to really be able to focus on their pacing.
Yeah. Because
if they have a set timeline that they know that everything is happening in, then they can pace it appropriately. I don't think having it set over 2 days is like gonna kill the pacing. I think the pacing's actually gonna have time to like breathe.
Yeah.
There'll be times where no one's getting any downtime though. None of the characters are getting downtime, but it means that they can adequately pace the narrative, knowing that they have a set timeline that everything's happening in. So I think that will actually help, because that was one thing that Volume 7 was slightly lacking, was
the last volume?
Yeah, was that it didn't give a whole lot of time to character interaction.
No.
Because there was just so much going on, and then they introduced a bunch of new characters too, which meant that, there wasn't as much time for character interaction.
Yeah.
What we got was good, but there wasn't as much, so I'm hoping that the next volume kind of rectifies that a little bit.
Well, if it's over 2 days.
Yeah, there's not downtime so much to say, but there's going to be moments for characters to like have some pretty meaningful interactions. What are your thoughts on it being 2 days? Did it give you anxiety?
It actually gives me so much fear. like the fear in my heart is a lot, and it's just really stressful, because it's like, what could possibly go wrong in 2 days? Who's going to die in 2 days?
Why'd you always go to who's going to die?
Well, this is like a really serious point that they're in.
Well, yeah, I'm sure most people that are watching remember how the last volume ended with Salem arriving on ya boy Richard. Yes. So, with Armada of Grimm as well, and the relic of knowledge in Cinder's possession, thanks to Neo.
Yep.
And everybody pretty split up.
Yeah. And we also had the, cut off between Atlas and Mantle, yeah. So,
what do you mean?
Well, where are they going to go? Are they going to go to Mantle to try and protect the people?
Yeah, because Atlas, the relic and Atlas cannot be activated now, because the Winter Maiden's not there. And
oops.
Yeah. So, I think that kind of, tells you that the pacing is going to be fairly quick.
Yeah. And it's going to feel quite desperate, I think, because it's a really terrible situation to be put in when there's, loads of Grimm, which will attract more of the local Grimm to appear as well. Yeah. We know that the walls are pretty fucked in Mantle, so it's just really... There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, it does also restrict what they might do. It tells me that like the next volume is going to be very action heavy.
Yeah.
And as you said, desperate too, because it's a very desperate situation that they found themselves in, and I think it'll probably jump, not necessarily just like focusing on like 2 characters in an episode, but I imagine it'll jump between some different stories happening every episode that will connect loosely together.
Yeah.
I know.
It just really scares me because like anything could happen
in those 2 days.
Yeah. We also haven't had like,
well, usually we would have had a lot of information at this point because RTX would have happened by now. We would have, well, we wouldn't have got new character designs or anything like that, but we would have had a good info dump, but we've not had that obviously this time.
And we might have had like a sneak peek kind of thing like they did last year where they were like, here's, you know, this scene that's not completely rendered yet.
Yeah, whereas obviously we've not got that. This is like probably the biggest chunk of information we've actually had, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just really stresses me out because the last time we had any sort of like important character death or important character like major injury was a while ago now.
Yeah, but you people say this every volume.
I know, but the further away we get from a character dying or being injured, the more my anxiety builds.
I'm just laughing because like Clover's literally looking at you with like a gaping hole in his stomach as he dies on the ground. Did you forget that?
No, I mean like a long-standing character.
Okay.
It still hurt. I'm not taking away from the fact that Clover dying was a huge shock and it hurt a lot, but I mean like
we've only had 2.
Your long-standing
We've only had 2.
I know.
So, I don't know, the expectation that someone's got to die is kind of a bit odd.
No, I'm not saying that a character has to die. It gives me the fear that maybe one might.
One might die in Atlas or Mantle. Yeah, it's nice to get a bit of news though, because like actually October November is coming much quicker than we thought it would.
Yeah. Also, I just remembered something else that stresses me out, which is that Crow and Robin are currently on their way to Atlas
to go to jail.
Jail.
Probably to go to Ironwood, I'm gonna guess.
Well, they're gonna end up at Ironwood now, I think. But like,
and Ironwood's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I shot Oscar. No,
Oscar is dead, and it's like, well, not really.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't know that.
He doesn't know that.
But now that I know people were talking about like a happy Huntress, like prison break sort of scenario. I'm like, how can that possibly happen? They don't have time.
They don't have time. If it's going to be in... Jesus.
And also Winter is so injured, so is she just out of the game for this? Because like she's not going to recover in 2 days. What
if she like throws herself in there, you know, because she feels like it's her duty? There's so much at stake here and it really stresses me out. I don't like it at all.
It's going to be good though.
It's going to be great. It gives me so much fear.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to expect.
You know what else is hilarious? Is these poor characters have not fucking slept in so long, because the end of the last volume had them go from the Schnee Manor, all that drama, the dinner party, it went from that to the attack on Mantle where they were protecting Mantle during the night, to the next day, like after fighting the Aesops. It was like basically morning time, I think. So these gals have not slept in so long. Now they're going into this and they're probably not going to sleep for another 2 days. So we're talking like 3 to 4 plus days of no sleep.
72 hours with no sleep.
Yeah, it's not like they're not doing anything either. They're going to be so fucking tired. I actually wonder if that will come into it a little bit as a plot device, is actually just exhaustion, because there was obviously hints of it last time with Harriet being like, we're tired as fuck.
Yeah.
We can't do this.
Yeah.
So I do wonder if that's going to come into it a bit, that there's characters that's aura's a little bit depleted and exhaustion starting to become a big factor.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be good and spooky. But hopefully we get the Volume 7 soundtrack soon enough, because we're planning to do the live reaction thing like we did last time on our first listen, because that was fun.
Yeah.
And made you cry, so that's always good. I mean, I cried too, actually.
Yeah. But
then you just had like a full-scale meltdown, which is kind of classic Sunny tears. You start and then you start talking, it's just like...
Yeah. Especially when I try and explain why it made me cry so much. And then I cry more.
Yeah. I'm hoping we get like Senny tears almost every episode.
It's possible.
It is possible. I pointed out that you almost cry every day about something, so it's quite possible, guys.
Why was I crying this morning?
Probably.
Anyway, it probably was.
I love how you are actually not even denying it. You're like, yeah, probably was.
I mean, it's totally possible that I do cry every day.
But anyway.
Anyway.
We will see you hopefully in the Volume 7 soundtrack reaction, and then when all the juicy Volume 8 stuff comes out. But we also are just doing content regularly here. Yeah. It's not RWBY.
Quick question. Do we have a poster yet?
No. We still don't have the cinematic poster.
Rooster teeth!
I don't know why. The promotional poster obviously exists, but I'm pretty sure that's just the promotional poster. Usually they do have a cinematic poster, as well as like a promotional poster.
Give us the poster.
I just want it so that I can have symmetry with the rest of them.
Yeah, we have 3 on our walls. We need a 4th. Give it to me.
Sure. Alright.
Let's go.
Flip us out.
Flip side, yo.